I wonder what you think about when I say picture a servant. Maybe you think of someone that's looked down on, someone who's beneath a higher power, someone who's overlooked, unnoticed, easily replaced. Doesn't seem to have a nice picture, does it? A servant almost has a negative status. We are encouraged in life to have so-called servants than to be one, whether that's to be the person in charge of a business or to be the decision maker in the friend group. It's that ruler-like mindset of I want to be served than to serve. But read with me in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. This is how one should regard us, as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required of stewards that they be found faithful. Looking at this as our first point, in 1 Corinthians, Paul tells us that we are to see ourselves as servants. See, we as Christians are servants of Jesus Christ. We are to serve him and serve him alone. Maybe you're someone who's familiar with the term servant, saying, I am a servant of Christ. I serve my church on a weekly basis. If that's you, let's remember, Paul isn't just saying that we are servants, but we are to have a servant's heart. This means sometimes we can serve God in every aspect of our lives, but our hearts may not be in the right place. So what makes a good servant? Maybe it's someone who's obedient, humble, willing. These are things Jesus calls us to be as we live as servants of Christ. It's not just serving because we feel like we have to, but because we love our Master and we are willing to do anything because of his love for us. The second part of the verse talks about stewards. Read with me again in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. This is how one should regard us, as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required of stewards that they be found faithful. Paul says we are not only servants of Christ, but stewards of God. And so what is a steward? Well, a steward is a person whose responsibility is to take care of something. And so this leads to the further question, what is it that God has for us to take care of? And of course, Christians have the responsibility to take care of the gospel to all people. And so we shouldn't be ashamed of this prized possession God has given us. Paul goes further by saying it is required of stewards that they be found faithful. We need to be careful how we handle God's word, to be faithful and not to twist it for our own agenda. Paul calls us to serve with a servant's heart of humility, yet be bold and courageous to carry the gospel with confidence to those around us.